and then we transition to Junko's place.
I want a new translation. I want Viz Media to retranslate.
Do you want them to consult people that actually, speak Japanese, or just make it better?
Well, I mean, their translators speak Japanese, but I mean, it's just the verbiage. It changes the
Mm.
story so much.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Um, and like, it's also like they didn't just translate it; they also wrote it for the time, and they
Mm.
also wrote it to a younger audience than I think that it was written for, because
Oh,
it fits into the
okay.
shoujo market. When
Right.
in reality, it wasn't it published as mature content,
Yeah, I don't
but it
think.
wasn't
Oh
translated for a
yeah.
mature audience.
Yeah, I have a little sign on the front of mine, a little white box that says
Yeah,
parental advisory, mature content.
yeah. This one, this one.
That's fair.
But we have Junko's play, Junko's corner. Well, it's a
Mm.
snack. It's a snack,
Right, snack. Snack.
and we have some fan art.
Yeah.
Which, from what I was understanding, like having this little like sub thing, Ayazawa, nobody else was doing it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Right?
No, I don't. No, I'm like going through things in my head. I'm like, no. Oh, there was one other manga that did it, but maybe Yazawa gave them the idea. It's the people who published Revolutionary Girl Utena have something
Mm-hmm.
that's like a Junko's
Oh, okay.
in certain volumes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. From what I was reading, um, it was like really out of the norm for mangaka to do shout outs essentially to fans and to take the time
That's really nice,
to
though.
put fan art and have it published, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like it also could have been where they were serialized. I think that
Yeah.
Nana was serialized.
Was
Uh,
it Cookie?
Nana was published by the same publisher that does Berserk.
Okay, so
So mature
not.
content.
Oh, okay, not Cookie. I know it was
Well,
in
Cookie
Cookie
is the
magazine.
magazine. Yeah, not
Right,
the
right.
publisher. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know. They
Yeah.
said they have a different one than Parakiss because that's what Yasu said.
They do. They have a different publisher. Not magazine. Well, that's also why it's in a different magazine because Parakiss was in Zipper.
Oh, that's what it was. I was like, what's the
Yeah,
other
it's
one?
a
That's
different
right,
magazine, but
Zipper.
it's also because it was a different publisher, and so that means the magazine was owned by a different publisher. Mhm.
Okay.
But like the publisher that did Nana has a lot more like a mature content
Yeah.
on their docket
Yes.
because I looked into that too. So I was like, wait a second,
Right.
questionable. Okay, so who's this girl?
It says that. Oh wait.
Let's
No.
see,
They say
Tanua abbreviation.
Mamiri.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she's from I'm Not an Angel. It's just the art style is different.
Mamarin. She's so pretty. I'm
She's so
like,
pretty.
oh,
Because
so
like I'm Not
pretty.
an Angel is older, so it's more of like the 80s manga art style.
I love that style. It's so, I don't
Well,
know.
that's pretty much everything before well, I guess early 90s. Early
Yeah.
90s. Late
Mm,
80s, early 90s.
it's dreamy.
Everything before because Gokenjo was 90s, mid 90s. So
Mm-hmm.
everything before that is going to have that early not very detailed style.
Yeah, but that's okay. Simplicity's great.
Well, it's not that it's a bad thing.
It's just different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't read them because I don't read them for the art.
That's fair.
I read them for the storytelling. But she says, "Oh, all these drawings were made by readers. They're pretty skilled." And June says, "What about you? How are you?" Hanya is out in complete edition, collection edition. So you can imagine it's animated. And since the entire team loves karaoke, it's pretty noisy. Not ideal for a charm bar. What's a charm bar?
I don't know, because in mine she's like she calls it a sexy bar. So I'm like, what's a
Hold on. What is a charm bar?
charm bar? Because sexy bar, I'm like, that's like a
Feels
strip
so
club.
uncultured. Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Well, like, what else
Because
is a sexy
strip clubs
bar?
aren't bars.
Hmm.
We don't know what a charm bar is. If anybody knows, let us know, please.
Yeah,
Because now it's
please.
telling me that they're Buddhist charms. I don't think that that's
Hmm.
a thing either.
I don't know. She's wearing a, I'm gonna say it wrong. Is it a yukata? No.
No, she's wearing kimono. She's
Is
wearing
it
a full
full
kimono.
is it full kimono?
Yeah,
Okay, because I know like there's like yukatas and kimonos, right?
right.
Right?
Yeah, they're different. It might be. I guess. Hold on.
It's the back, right? It depends on what the
Yeah,
back
she's
looks
got the
like.
bow in the back, doesn't she? With the belt. She
I
has the big belt on.
she does have the big belt on. I don't know. I can't see the back because Junko's blocking her bow with with uh the I'm No Angel copy that she gave to her, so I'll never know.
Okay, so yeah, it's really a fabric thing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, it's really a fabric thing because kimonos are usually silk and yukatas are usually like a lightweight cotton or
Oh,
linen.
okay. Okie dokie. So she could.
So like if it's summertime, then
Mm-hmm.
the lighter weight. If it's not, then allegedly. Hold on.
Well, we don't
Let me
know.
get this picture image.
They're backstage.
They're backstage, but it also looks like it's simpler because like the idea is that it's explaining is that like okay, so a yukata also has shorter sleeves
Mm-hmm.
um than a kimono, and it doesn't have the inner lining. Is it
Okay.
lighter weight? Yeah. Kimonos are a lot of fabric, a lot of layers.
Yep.
And also yukata has less of a collar.
Oh, okay.
So it's like just it's less. A yukata is less.
Mm-hmm.
A
So I
kimono
guess
is more.
gives more. So I guess she is wearing, but I don't know size of the collar here.
No, but she's dressed up
She's
traditionally.
dressed up. Yeah,
Yeah,
she fancy.
she's wearing traditional clothing.
Yes.
Well, imperialized tradition, but nonetheless. Um, she brings these books though. She brings the complete like compendium edition to the charm bar, which now we know that the snack bar is a charm bar, not a snack bar, and it's not a corner anymore either. Um,
It's everything.
it's going through a lot of evolutions these days because they
It's a
went through the door.
right, right. And there's a time rift because we have a time one little fabric rip. So
Right. She also brought June tomatoes, and it's like, why are you bringing June tomatoes? Her
oh
family gives her tomatoes.
oh, see in mine she says like I've got to go. Thanks for the tomatoes, and
Oh, she
she's
gives
talking to
her the
June.
tomatoes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They're
I,
exchanging books
okay.
for tomatoes, which is how
Books
things
for
should really
tomatoes. That's
work.
fair. I'm like, no, June doesn't need tomatoes. June gives tomatoes.
Yeah, you give me tomatoes, or I give you tomatoes, you give me books. Like, let's do this,
I think that's fair, especially if they're really as good as Takumi says,
right?
you know? And then Nobu shows up with Yasu and says hello. And Yasu, and then Nobu. And they're just staring at her because she's pretty. They're like, we're
Mm-hmm.
back. And June is reading it and she's like, wow, so many memories. And and so she's like, oh, hello. And then leaves, bam.
Yeah, Like, hello, character from different storyline. She was there and then she was gone.
right? And then no, it was like that was Nami or Mommy Lynn, and Yossi's like, Marilyn,
Right?
the Mommy Lynn from Tenne, from the third floor bar, the Mamiya bar. She's so confused.
Yeah. Yasu was like, oh,
Yeah,
she's
she's
beautiful.
pretty. Oh, he says she's pretty about it. He's like, oh yeah, she's pretty.
And I'm like, yeah,
He's really cute. Nobu's losing his shit backstage. He needs a
yep.
drink,
Yeah, get him a drink.
right? He's like, I'm so happy I met Mommy Lynn. I love this place, and she smiled at me. Maybe even more than the manga. She did smile more than the manga.
Oh,
She's
because
not
in
smiling at you in the manga.
oh no, because in mine he's just like bonus page. Well, he's like, and she smiled at me. Bonus pages rule more than the main story.
Oh, I don't have anything. I don't have anything about bonus pages.
He's
Nope.
just happy because he's backstage and he can meet other people.
Yassi's over it.
Oh yeah, he just wants
He's at the
sake.
bar. He's like, give me sake.
Mm-hmm.
And it scares June.
And she's like
And she's like, I was
angry
waiting for
face,
you.
right?
It's like, oh, really? And he's like, FY? And Nobu's like, I had a bad feeling about this. Or Yasu is. I'm not sure
Yeah,
which. It's above Nobu's head, but consensus.
yeah.
And she's like, I got all these postcards. All of this because of you. It won't stop. How do you solve this? And then she's like, now take this. She's on his head. A
She
card
just
from Haruka represent
yeah, she smacks him with it. Just
representing Yamanashi. And she's like, read. And he's like, fine. And it says, this is the first time I'm writing you. Oh, yeah, thanks. In chapter 13, Yasu said, did you check the history? But what does he mean by that? Nana forgot to turn on her cell phone, right? In that case, mails and other messages are received, but missed calls aren't in the memory, right? I had the same thought. I had the same thought, kid.
See, I was reading this and I'm just like the other postcard they got, it's still just Kirsten writing in. You just keep using different names. Be
It's me.
like,
It's
it's
me. It's my
you.
question. I'm the
It's your.
problem. I'm the problem. It's me. Hmm.
Because last time it was some other dude from like a different part of Japan, and I was like, oh, it's Kirsten. And now I'm like, it's still Kirsten.
It's
She's
still me.
just using different names. Like my name is
Every one of those postcards.
yeah, it's it's Haruka this time. So
Yossi's like, oh, that's how it works. And Jude's like, of course. It's understandable. It's Nana. But you? How did you become a lawyer without knowing that? Because is he really a lawyer?
I mean,
Or is he just a lawyer in the story? Because they're
mm,
actors.
and it's
Oh,
backstage.
that's backstage.
It's backstage. But also, didn't like way back in like episode one of this podcast, people were like, I mean, not sure he doesn't have like Yakuza ties because we never see him do lawyering.
We
So
never see him do lawyerings. It's okay, I'll be a gangster's wife for Yasu.
that's fair. You can be like, oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking the Haruhi from Oran High School, who everyone's like, "Oh, we don't want her to marry a gangster. And she's like got a teddy bear tattoo on her shoulder, and
Oh
she's
man.
like, "You snitch! You ratted me out!" And has a katana. Just
He's like, anyway, I'm still only an apprentice. It seems as though I've never shut off my cell phone. Okay, so it isn't stored in the memory. I'm learning new things. I'm assuming that's Nobu's thought.
I don't. Ah, let's see. He's like, why should I care how call history works? But it sounds like that's more Moriyasu because he's never shut his
Mm,
phone off. He's like never turned it off. And I'm like,
yeah.
interesting.
It was like, Yasan, there are many places where you're supposed to turn off your phone.
It's like smoking. He doesn't give a shit. He
But
smokes
then
where he's not
again,
supposed
you
to.
smoke in places where smoking is prohibited. So
Right? Should I turn my phone off?
get away with it though.
True.
Man, polite. And then Nobu says, Seiya-san, they say that you try to seduce the readers by playing the guy who seems mean, but in reality is quite nice. Yasu was like, no, I'm not trying to. But when I think clearly, I came to the conclusion that you're nice when you want to be.
Mm.
You're mean. He just doesn't talk.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes.
I mean,
But I
I
like,
just learned the other day that some people just don't say anything when they have mean things to say. I never realized that, which I know is
oh.
like a very childish lesson to like realize.
I mean, if you don't have things nice to say.
I thought that was just some shitty saying that old people said. I didn't know that people actually practiced it.
Oh no, people do. People do.
Oh
And they
yeah, no, I just learned that.
interesting.
I
Like,
know. I'm so
mm.
smart and I never realized that simple social structure.
No, it's okay. I was.
My whole thing is it's better to say it than to swallow swords. So,
Mm. That's fair.
yeah, because that's bad medicines. Um,
It's true. It's true.
to each their own, different personalities. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know I have as much earth as I do in my chart. Um,
Oh.
so June is like Nobu. Important things like this must be said before, not in bonus pages.
Like, tell him in the main story, not here.
I mean, it would be, but they don't have that big of roles.
Right?
Can there be a side story of Nobu and Yasu?
Yeah, just hanging out.
It's like, can someone make a fan comic where instead of the Nanas, it's Nobu and Yasu, and it's the same story, but it's them?
Hmm. Yeah, someone should do
How
that.
cute would that be?
That'd be cute.
Oh my, that would be so cute. It would be so cute. Um, and it was like, ah, of course. And Yasu's like, you guys think this is important? June says, here, read the next card. What do you think? Nobu's confused,
Hmm.
but what's new? And he says, what? Read it first. From Julie in Nagoya. What about my hot sake? Nobu's or Yasu's still waiting
Yasu.
for his drink. Where did Nobu get food, by the way?
I don't know. There he is with his chopsticks, and I don't know
Right?
where he got the food. Well, it is a snack bar, so I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. It's a charm bar now. I don't
It's
know
a
what it
charm
is
bar.
anymore. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know. They're backstage. It's backstage.
It's
Um,
backstage.
so Nobu's like, hello, hello, hello. There's a scene where Nana says that we can buy a can of coffee for 110 yen. But this manga takes place in 2001, right? So shouldn't the price be 120 yen?
It's still Kirsten writing in. Like, excuse me. The cost went up by 10.
It was like, is it? But sometimes there are places where it costs 110 yen. Yoshi's like, huh? Yeah. Close to the office where I work, for example. And I was like, yeah. And then we can buy it from what the 100 yen shops as well. Yeah, but in general, it's 120 yen. You think that even if Nana did buy a can for 110 yen, she should have said it was 120 for the understanding of the manga is what June says, the voice of reason, because Yasu's doing a terrible job of being the voice of reason right now.
He just wants his sake.
He wants to stop, and he just got slapped in the forehead.
He did.
Shell shocked.
Oh.
And is Nobu okay? So Nobu, like, dude, Nobu was so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Hachi?
Oh yeah.
But if Hachi bought a can for 110 yen, it's normal to say it was 110 yens. I mean, it's her style. Nobu's defending Hachi here. June's like,
Yeah.
Nobu, you're really defending her? You can't be in love with her.
Hmm. Mm.
Nobu freaks out. He's like, oh, no.
It's like, no, I don't. I don't.
Oh. Yasu says, say, Junko, I have a feeling that isn't the type of question to ask in bonus pages. Oh, way to call her out.
Right? And just turn that back
Turn
around.
it back around. He's like, whatever. I'm just wondering when those two will return. Who?
Yeah.
What? Two? Says Nobu. June's like, the two nanas. Yasu, did they go somewhere? A trip? Even backstage, they got along well?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're really a lawyer, allegedly. So they can really be friends. Nobu's
Right.
really in love with with Hachi, Nana.
Right.
So they could really be friends. She's like, do you remember in volume 4? They left saying that they were going to visit Isabella's manor. They haven't been back since.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went in the time warp. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So Nobu's like, what? June's like, they might be prisoners in the hell of Greg's aunts.
What? What does that mean?
Hey, Greg's aunts?
Oh, okay, because they're in she's okay, she's totally blaming George
Oh,
here. She's like,
George's aunts. George's aunts. I don't know why I read Greg, but
I don't know.
George.
I was like, who
Yeah, me too. That's why I was
is
confused. My eyes did the thing where they flipped around some stuff.
okay.
But ants. I'm more confused about ants.
Ant trap. Like, I don't know. Like,
They
oh, you
might be prisoners of the hell of George's ants. Ants like
like
the bug, not like
yeah,
Auntie.
yeah. She says like, I wonder if they got caught in George's ant trap. I'm like, oh, like sugar? Like you put the sugar out, you trap the ants.
Oh. For Nana Komatsu, I'd understand, but the other Nana?
Right? Mm.
And now we see them, and they are in the forest,
A
and
spooky
they're
forest.
dirty and beat up. And it is spooky because, like, yeah, last we saw them, they were like looking at the castle or at the mansion, the
Yeah,
manor, the
on the
castle,
hill.
whatever.
The Dracula's,
Isabella's house.
yeah, Dracula's castle. Because that's what it looked like.
Right? So Hachi says, no, Nana, the stairs were that way. And Nana says, you're wrong. They're this way. I have the impression that the forest is getting deeper, says Hachi. Yeah. Truthfully, I was thinking the same thing. We can't find the manor. Where is it? Says Nana. Hachi says, I feel like I've already been here. Because the forest is probably ruled and lives in the land of Pisces. Because forests in Pisces is like the forest that, makes you forget everything from the fog, and it consumes you.
Mm, yeah. I also like
Not
the stance
necessarily
they're
Pisces,
taking.
more Neptune. It's more Neptune. Dissolves your
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Neptune
sleepy.
in Pisces specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Look at
So
the
Hachi feels like she's already been there.
yeah, you're in the nowhere sphere. You're in
She's like,
the
you're in yeah. You're in Neptune. You're on Neptune.
you're
Isabella's
on
manor is
Neptune.
on Neptune.
Oh, that's good. You know what? No, I love that. Sailor Neptune. There needs to be more castles. Yes, it's
Yeah,
good
so
time.
you get Isabella's manor.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That'd be a great crossover.
That'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun,
Mhm.
especially since like the hairstylist is from like the planet of like what's he from? How do they describe him? I was like they
Mm.
describe him as being like extraterrestrial. 'Cause
Oh,
he's so
yeah.
beautiful and sparkly.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. It's
Yeah.
been a
Mm-hmm.
minute.
Mm-hmm. There's a connection. Boop,
Right?
boop. Nana's like, I don't care. I'm hungry. If I stay like this, I'll die. Yeah, because you're so skinny.
Right? You're doing
Skinny
too many
shame, but man, she's really thin. She's really thin.
she's doing sit-ups for
Yeah, she needs
reasons.
abs. But now we know that Rira's abdomen is damaged.
Yeah, and not made of steel apparently, because
Apparently,
says
allegedly.
it's
I gotta go back in the fan translation and be like, did it say that?
I mean, it's the first time we've ever really talked about Rira, so I'm just like, okay, if we like go farther in, like maybe they'll explain that more. Because now I'm
Yeah,
like, huh? I didn't know she was
yeah.
sick.
Um, and so Nana says it's all because you told me that we had to take courage into our own hands that we came here. That's why we're in this situation. I thought it was to go see Isabella. And now Hachi is crying hysterically.
Yep,
Hysterically. And
drink your water.
Nana is like flinging around an amanita mushroom because there's giant mushrooms on the trees. And
She's
she's
like,
like, taste this.
right,
What are we going
eat
to do?
this.
Hachi's like, it's because I wanted to meet George, but not anymore. I want to go home. Someone come save me. And then it says at the bottom what will happen to these two. You'll find out in the next volume.
Ooh. Did yours actually have a section here where they're just because they're saying they're hungry and they're like, let's have the readers send us chocolate, send it here, and there's like the place to send all your stuff. And then Nana's like,
Oh,
that's just what the mangaka likes. She'll eat it all.
no.
Don't send her anything.
Oh, yeah. I skipped that box. I'm getting tired.
That's okay. That's the
Yeah,
end
well,
of
oh,
the
I skipped that. Yeah, we'll ask the readers to send us chocolate. And then you send it to Junko's Play. And then you send it to the editor, the publisher house of
Not in
Cookie.
mine. You send it to Nana Rescue Chocolates.
Oh. Yeah, no, they tell you where to send it in mine.
Yeah, I mean they do in mine as well. It's a Shoujo Beat Viz Media PO box in San
Mm-hmm,
Francisco,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what would happen if I just randomly started sending mail there?
What if we sent them chocolates?
Just send them chocolate, yeah, and they'll be like, oh, it's like it's 22
This
year
is
old
this is
chocolate.
for Hachi and Nana lost in the forest so they don't eat poisonous mushrooms. Also, your translations suck. Have a good day.
Right. Sincerely, Haruka from
Sincerely, Nanapod.
Nanapa.
Do better.
Right? Do better. Give us another try. Which does that mean that you're more worried for the
Yeah,
Gokenjo
yeah, that's fine.
translation?
Yep.
Maybe they'll do better.
Yeah,
Maybe
because the
they've
Her Kiss
grown.
translation sucks too.
Oh, okay.
It's just the perspective. It's the language.
True. True.
It's changing the perspective for like a US audience. Because like also the translations in other languages, they are different as well, but I would say that the US translation based on I've I've read through a lot of like the Spanish translation, I've read through less of the French translation. Um and like they're also slightly different, right? But
Mm.
it's also like cultural difference and understanding and linguistic differences. And I feel like what Viz did is because they tried to make it canon, they tried to make it fit into like what do girls like today, not what does this story say.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense.
They dated themselves with their translation. And they made
Well,
Hachi like way more selfish than she is. She's really selfish, don't get me wrong.
time capsule.
Exactly. It's a mark for the time. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on with things.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
thinky process. But that is the end of this episode and this particular volume.
Yes. We're going to a
Yes.
new volume next week, and we get to see
Yeah.
what transpires.
Yeah. So where can people find us?
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram at apartment707 underscore. We have a link tree there. I just updated the link tree. So what I did is I added the link, our personal link trees to that link tree as well. So you can find us through that.
Nice.
If you're interested in the work that we do. Crystal is
Mhm.
an artist. I do a bunch of random shit.
I mean, I also do a random bunch of shit, but yes.
I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, so I did that this week, so that'll make it a little bit easier. And that way we don't have to have as long of a spiel. I just made some merch, but not for this. I'm working on that. But I just made some Daddy Saturn merch. So
Yes.
you can check that out. It's really funny. And I have some other quotes on there.
Yeah, everyone should go and buy it. Just do it because it is funny.
It's so funny. And then I mean, I wanted stickers. We talked about this. I did it
Yeah.
because I want stickers. Um,
Everyone should have stickers.
Everyone should
Stickers are
have
great.
stickers, but there's hoodies, and one of the hoodies is super cute, and we both agree that we both want one.
Uh-huh.
But I also
Gonna
have
get
some
it.
quotes on there that's like, in regard to like your Mars sign, because like I love saying, my Mars is in Scorpio, right? So, or like I made one for each house for people who have stelliums.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made like a stellium gang thing. So those say, have you seen like my first house? Have you seen my first house? Or in my case, have you seen my eighth house? Because
I know I was trying to read like the tone on that. And it went two ways. One of it was, have you seen my first house? And the other one was, have you seen my first
it could be
house?
both.
So
But like stelliums are actually really unfavorable, and I find it funny that people have amplified that in such a way where they've like treated it like it's something cool to be that intense. And it's like they're actually
yeah.
really difficult to live with.
Yeah, no.
Notion. I might make another little one, another little thing that's like to-do list. So if you want to participate, um, then we can come
Okay.
up with a plan for that. The biggest project so far is writing chapter summaries.
Oh, okay.
But you'll see. Take a look
Okay.
around. You'll see how
Okay.
it's all connecting together, and everything is linked to everything else, and it's
Um,
becoming a thing.
okay. I'll have to poke around and get my bearings.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here. Check out all the socials. And thanks for being here. And we will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye forever.